Hello everybody and welcome back to another vlog on the JayBee Milly channel. I am JayBee and this is going to be one of our first vlogs going through a car boot sale or a yard sale of this year. Again, it may be one of our last ones as we are wrapping up with content, as you've probably seen, but we are still doing weekly interviews. Lots of good things coming up there, but if you do want to see more of these, it will help so much if you like the video and comment down below that you want to see us do more of these, and we're definitely going to make sure to do so. But without further ado, let's see what we find. first thing we found was a Scooby Doo jigsaw by Ravensburger. It's a Ravensburger puzzle, and I really do like the picture here. It's very much reminding me of Scooby Doo in Where's My Mummy, or the coin episode of Where Are You. I think that that's a really cool bit of iconography to hark back to, and just that general design is absolutely incredible. And here we got it for only £2, which I'm not sure what that translates to in dollars. Maybe we'll do a conversion on screen as we go through some of the prices that we remember. And yeah, this is just some of the age guidelines and the size of the puzzle itself. This is a pretty big one. I'll show you what it looks like here. So maybe for a video we'll build this up, or hey, maybe we'll even put this on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram at JayMillyVids, and that'll be in the description down below. But yeah, pretty cool puzzle. Next up, we found this super cute Scooby Doo plushie. I always find it a little bit difficult to showcase these in their entirety when you consider the shape of that original design, how it translates to plushies. It can be difficult to get the eyes and the nose all together, but it is a pretty cool little outfit that Scooby has on here. Again, I'm not sure how much this was. I can only imagine like £1 to £2. I don't think we spent much more than that per item. But definitely looking forward to finding out more about this little guy. Now, this is definitely one of our more interesting finds. It's just Scooby-Doo disposable plates like you'd get at an average barbecue or something. Simply just put like a burger on there or like a corn on the cob, eat, throw it away. Pretty disposable. I can't imagine when these would have been issued, at least not here in the UK. Possibly some tie-in over at home bargains, but we did get these for £1. Now, I don't think we're ever going to use these, so this will probably just stay in the collection until it's done. But yeah, I mean, the fact that we found these, and this is the only one there, when you'd imagine this would have been sold en masse, I think that's really cool. The Scooby-Doo Pirate Crew car was a very interesting find because, one, it definitely is from the era where we were collecting Scooby, and we have actually managed to find a lot of this era, but actually we'd never come across this before, which surprised us because we did find a lot of the pirate figures. You know, the Scooby-Doo getting dressed as pirates reminded us of Pirates Ahoy, but yeah, this was really cool to add to the collection, and we're really glad that we've actually found a lot of stuff this time. Again, I'm going to have to hold on to this little guy just to stop him from toppling over, but it is Chef Scooby, which looks pretty old, and I'd never seen or heard of this before. And what's interesting is, unlike, you know, your standard plushie, oh gosh, see, there we go, this has a battery pack, if I can just get that back in focus. So whether this Scooby talks, or I don't think it moves. I don't think it's got the endoskeleton or the mechanics in the Scooby to move. But if it does say some stuff like ribs get cooking or something like that, what you could imagine a Chef Scooby saying, I would really like to know. So there'll probably be an update on either YouTube Shorts or TikTok if we ever get this guy moving. But if you do know anyone that might know what the Scooby's meant to say, or if you know yourself, please do comment down below, because we are really, really we're really curious to see what he says. Before we go on to some of the Scooby-Doo action figures that we found at the car boot, we just want to highlight briefly some of the kind of loosely connected Scooby stuff that we found. And this is the Jetsons Hot Wheels, which I think is absolutely amazing. I mean, the Jetsons are just so close to my heart. Maybe not as much as the Flintstones and Scooby. And I did unfortunately need to sell some of my Jetsons Funko Pops earlier in the year, which is sad. But to get the Jetsons Hot Wheels in the collection is just absolutely amazing. I think if I was to rank all of the Hanna-Barberas that I would watch, obviously first it would be Scooby, closely followed by Flintstones, maybe not so closely followed by Jetsons, but Jetsons definitely is the top 3. And look at that, we've got all the gang there, and little Elroy just looks so happy. So yeah, I really do like this. If you do have any Flintstones items in your collection, comment down below. We found some Buffy stuff, the original Buffy movie on VHS, which I'd never actually seen before. So it'll be interesting to see how the original Buffy fares compared to Sarah Michelle Gellar, which the series we've watched all. Again, not really Scooby, but given that Sarah Michelle Gellar collection, we thought we'd showcase this off here. And who doesn't love VHS tapes? Like, kind of got some nostalgia for them. It is a bit dirty, but yeah, really, really do love all the Buffy stuff. Now, going back into the wider world of Hanna-Barbera, we have the Flintstones movie on VHS. And when I first saw this, I think it looks a bit dodgy, as in possibly not legitimate. I mean, it doesn't say the Flintstones on it, it just says Warner Home Video, which again, I can completely buy them just putting that on their tapes. But I don't know, there's just something about the box that the text doesn't really line up. I don't know why the Yabba Dabba Doo would be over John Goodman's face, so not sure about that. Maybe I'll send this to Brian Levant and he can verify this. I mean, look at that. They wouldn't design that up there. That would be more down there where people can see it, surely. So, yeah. Again, if anyone knows if we've just picked up some dodgy copy, really like to know. But again, lots of love for the Flintstones movie. And again, if you want to find out more about this film, we'll leave our link to the Brian Levant interview in the description down below. Going back to Scooby-Doo stuff, we do have this action figure of the Pirate Scooby, which presumably goes with the car that we showcased. We did have this guy before, but the colours weren't nearly as vivid, and also the sword was missing somehow. And even the map, to be honest. I don't know whether these things, you can remove them, but the ones that we found were definitely removed, so it's nice to get this. Swung the lighting around ever so slightly to maybe get a frontal look on the thing. Let us know if that has worked, but that's one action figure. I'm going to display the next two as a piece, simply because they're like loosely connected in that they are two Scooby-Doo villains. Now, of course, we've got Frankenstein and the Phantom Shadow, two iconic villains. Again, don't really have that much connection emotionally to Frankenstein, but again, it is very much one of those ones that could have easily have been, you know, that could be the Creeper though. It doesn't look like the Creeper to me though, it really doesn't. But yeah, it's a little bit like the Zombie or the Creeper, pretty interchangeable, but iconic in their own rights. Of course, iconic is the Phantom Shadow. They're just an amazing design creature. Like hats off to the designers on that original series. We have this Scooby-Doo, if he'll stay up. And I do like this. Again, all of this like McDonald's design, just because they look a bit more bugged out, a little bit more realistic. They've kind of still got that Takamoto design, but at the same time as well, they're a little bit more malleable in terms of movement. This whole line always just reminds me of the Neil Fanning live-action Scooby, which is really cool. Eventually, I think we are just going to have to stick to displaying our 2002 stuff, so maybe this guy will make it onto that collection. But to finish off this, we have a really, really old Scooby-Doo plushie. And it warms our heart to find stuff like this, but it also makes us a bit sad as well. Like, this reminds me of the first plushie that I ever got as a kid, which I still have, in terms of like wear and tear. And I don't know, it just seems like a little plushie like this will have had so many memories, and oh, I don't know, my empathy comes out for toys and car boots. It always just brings me back to Toy Story 3 or something like that, where I'm just like, it's okay. We've saved you. You're here. You're found somewhere. So, yeah, again, no indication of when this little guy would have been made or issued or even brought over to the UK, because I don't know where would have stocked it necessarily. But if you do know, for any of these items, as always, please make sure to comment down below. I am loosely thinking about giving this whole video the Tristan Sakri treatment and sticking it up on TikTok a bit more edited up, but I don't know if that'll appeal to people or if we'll have time. But if there is a demand for that, I will consider it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you do want to see actually some of these hauls in that format, we'll leave Tristan's TikTok in the description down below. But yeah, please like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.